everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my February TBR and I'm introducing my new TBR game. I am so excited about this. I love TBR games. I watch them every month and I think they're so creative and so fun and a really cool way to choose your monthly TBR every month. And so I've been wanting to do my own for a little while now. I used to do monthly themes, which I thought were great and really fun, but I've been wanting to do an actual game for a few months now. But I was looking around on BookTube and every time I had an idea, someone else had it before me, so I couldn't really find anything until I stumbled across this game, Sushi Go game, and I thought this was the perfect game for me to base my TBR game on because I love sushi. I could eat sushi every day, all day if I could. I don't because of health reasons, but I just love sushi. So when I saw this, I just knew I had to base my TBR game on this game. It's very loosely based, obviously, but I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to go over the rules super quickly. I don't want to bore you with every detail, and it's pretty simple as well. And then we'll do a round of it. So basically, if you guys did not know, Sushi Go is a card playing game, and there's a bunch of different cards, and there's like, well, this one doesn't count, but there's like egg nigiri, there's some maki rolls, we have some sashimi, and so basically every card represents a prompt. And I have different prompts like 5 stars prediction, over 500 pages, a movie adaptation. I'm not gonna go over all of them because I have about like 17 of them, so I don't want this video to be too long, but I will put up a list right here of all the different cards and all the prompts for them. And every month I'm gonna draw 5 cards and I'm gonna have to fit a book for each prompt. So like I said, it's super easy, super simple, not too complicated. I do have a few specific rules I want to go over with you guys. First of all, I do have this card. I have a few of them. These are chopstick cards, and it basically says swap for 2, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Basically, if ever I were to draw this card, I would have to swap this one for 2 other prompts, and so that month I would have an extra book on my TBR. Another rule that I have is if I were to draw 2 times the exact same card, I would have to double them up, and I will roll a dice, and that dice would give me the genre in which I would have to pick my book. Basically, none of my prompts are genres, but I did a few tests and it would happen quite a few times that I had 2 times the same card, and so I wanted to add this rule to make it fun. And so for example, if I were to draw 2 of the 3 maki rolls, this is for sequels, then I would roll a dice, and for example I get 2 is romance, then I would have to read a sequel in the romance category. The last rule that I have is, if you guys can see at the bottom of each card is a number, and these numbers are going to be points at the end of the month. For each book that I read, I'm gonna calculate my points, and after 25 points I get to switch up my prompts. So that's going to keep everything fresh and new. I think it's going to make it a little bit more fun. And so for example, this is 1 point, Salmina will get 2 points. You get the gist of it. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. That's pretty much it. These are all of the rules for my TBR game. If you guys have any recommendation or any idea to improve this, I would love to know in the comments down below. This is an ongoing process. I would love to know your ideas to improve this. That's pretty much it. I will just flip you around and we'll play around a bit. Alright, so I'm mixing my cards, and then we'll draw 5 cards. And then we'll see what prompts I got. So first card is, oh my god, seriously, chopsticks. Obviously it had to happen. So basically, like I said, this means I have to swipe this card for 2 other different cards. So we'll do this right now, I guess. So we'll swipe this one. Look at me, like, first month that I'm doing this, it's going to be horrible. We'll see. So okay, so the first card I have is the salmon nigiri, which basically this means it's an LGBTQ rep. So that's gonna be fun, and this is for 2 points. Next is, ooh, dumpling. So I had a few cards that I had a lot of them, so I split them in 2. So these dumplings basically mean a pretty cover, so that's gonna be fun. And since I draw it on 2nd place, this is going to be for 3 points. Next is going to be, oh, a standalone, so that's pretty fun, pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. And this is basically when I'm gonna have 3 of them, that means I get 10 points. So for now I don't have any points, but after 3 of them I get 10 points. This is, oh, like, see, this is the salmon nigiri again. Basically means I double these up. I'm gonna draw an extra card. And that means that I have it's going to be LGBTQ rap in a specific genre. So I'm gonna roll a dice. So 2, it's gonna be a romance book. So it has to be an LGBTQ rap book in the romance category. LGBTQ rap means either the author or someone or the characters have to be part of the LGBTQ community. Okay, next card we have is the Macuol. This is the one Macuol, basically meaning it has to be a one word title. And this is basically gonna be, I'm gonna do all of them for 3 points. It's gonna be easier. Next card is another. Okay, this doesn't happen very often, but obviously it's the first time that I play this game, so everything has to be weird. But basically it's another book in the LGBTQ rep, but this doesn't have any genre specification for now. And then the last book is Dumpling. It's going to be the highest rated book. It has to be a high rated book on my TBR. First draw obviously had to be Chopstick. It had to happen on the first turn. Obviously that meant that I had to swipe that card for 2 other cards, meaning that I have now a 6th book on my TBR this month. So the second turn was the salmon nigiri, and then I had a second one of those cards this month, meaning that I had to choose the genre for that book. And then I had romance. I had to pick a LGBTQ rep book in the romance category, and that turned out pretty good because I've been wanting to read the Charm Offensive book for a little while now. It's been on everyone's best book of the year. This is basically an MM romance, and it's kind of The Bachelor inspired. So it's this guy who goes on The Bachelors, and then he ends up falling for one of the producers, I'm pretty sure. So I'm excited for that one. Like I said, everyone has been raving about that book. Next card I had was Dumpling, and this Dumpling was for a pretty cover. I know, like, it's super subjective, but yeah, a pretty cover, meaning anything I find pretty. And so I'm gonna go with the Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. I love these white covers on fantasy books, so that's why I'm choosing this one for a pretty cover. I read The Poppy War last month and I loved it so much, so I've been wanting to pick up the second book ever since, and so I am going to put it on this month's TBR. Next turn that I had was the Sashimi, which means a standalone book. And the Sashimi, basically once I have 3, I get 10 points, so that's this card. And for the standalone, I'm going to pick some kind of Happiness by, who is it by, I'm not sure. I'm going to put it down right here. A few friends of ours are going to buddy read that one, and it's a standalone, so that's why I'm adding this one to my TBR. I have no idea what this book is about, but like I said, a few of us are reading it together. Next card that I picked was the Macuol, the single Macuol, and this is for a one word title, and that was so hard for me to find as well, so I ended up picking Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. I've been wanting to read this book for years now, so hey, why not this month? I read Empire of the Vampire last year and I loved it, so like I said, I've been wanting to try this book for a really long time, and so it's a one word title, so it was the perfect time to add this one on my TBR. And also it's in my 9 books that I want to read this year, so perfect timing. Oh, and the Macuol stands for 3 points if I read this book. The next card that I ended up choosing was another Salmon Nigiri, which stands for LGBTQ rep, and that's for 2 points. And so I decided to pick The Library of the Unwritten. Once again, I don't know who is this by A.J. Hackwith, I think. I've heard so many good things about this book. I've been wanting to read it for a while. I think I'm going to be buddy reading it with Elsa from The Friendship Book Dreamer. Link will be down below. And so I saw online that there's some LGBTQ rep. I think the main character is pansexual, so I thought it would be perfect. I don't know a ton about this book. All I know it's a magical library, which I love that trope. That trope. I love that trope. I've been thinking about reading it this month as well, so that's perfect. And then the last card that I chose was another Dumpling, but this one was for highest rated. on my Goodreads. So basically I went on my Goodreads and I sorted all my books to be read from the highest rated. I went on my physical TBR because I didn't want to buy another book, and so I'm kind of cheating, but at the same time not really. I'm deciding to choose The Winter of the Witch by Katherine Arden. This has a 4.5 average rating on Goodreads, which is a pretty good average rating, I feel like, and it was up there in my books. I had a lot of sequels, so I couldn't really choose them, and so this is the one that I ended up choosing for my prompt. This is the third book in the Nevernight trilogy. I've started already. I read like the first few chapters and I loved it, and I've been wanting to read it. The Nevernight trilogy is just such a good trilogy. This is the last book that I have to read. I've read the first 2 books and they were so good, so I cannot wait to finish the series. Look at me finishing series this year, so that's amazing. So that's pretty much it, guys. This is my TBR. This is my TBR game. I hope you guys understood everything. I think it's pretty easy, pretty clear to understand. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any recommendation for me to improve this TBR game, I would love to know. Leave a comment down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night depending on you're watching this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
I can't believe that you came into my life.